Welcome to the Rangers Network. 24-hour-a-day access to news, game replays, original shows, live game night radio coverage, and more on rangersnetwork.com. Watch every home and away game the day after, complete in the way only the Rangers Network can bring it to you. Never miss an episode of Inside Rangers Football. Listen to all the games live on your smartphone with our exclusive live scoring screen. Rangers Network is your media hub for everything Rangers. Be a part of Rangers Network.
Hi, my name is Richard Helsley, and I'm the orchestra director at Smithson Valley Middle School and Canyon Middle School. So we've had orchestra in Comal ISD for 3 years, and this is my second year here in the district. It gives children another opportunity to not be necessarily in the marching band, not necessarily in the choir. So these kids get to do a little bit different type of instrument. They're playing the strings. It's a really great program for all kinds of developmental stages. They have to use both hands. They have to use all parts of their brain. There's all kinds of research that indicates that when the different parts of the brain are active with their instruments, there's just a ton of activity going on in the brain. It's amazing. So they end up getting smarter, actually. SAT scores are higher. There's all kinds of studies that follow that, and there's evidence that orchestra students typically score higher by the end of graduation on all levels of testing. We learn all different styles of music in here. It's not primarily classical. We can transfer the techniques on those instruments to anything. There are tons of rock and roll artists, country music artists, and everything else that uses string instruments. So CISD is offering orchestra in every secondary school at this point. Canyon Middle School, Smithson Valley, Spring Branch, and Mountain Valley all offer it. It'll be at all 3 high schools next year. And then they're also offering it at every elementary school. Students that are in the orchestra do not necessarily get to participate in band. It's an either-or type of situation because the techniques are so different. A student either learns the wind, brass, and percussion, or they learn the strings. However, we do get to combine them from time to time. So we do a collaboration effort every now and then where we do full orchestra, and that's when the string players and the winds, brass, and percussion all get to combine. And that's called full orchestra. So orchestra is a great opportunity, especially for students that maybe don't feel like they fit into the athletic scene, or maybe they don't feel like they want to be in marching band, or they don't want to be singers. It's a unique group of students that are specific to the orchestra, and every student finds their niche in school. And orchestra tends to draw students that specifically gravitate towards this skill. It's also one of the less expensive activities in school. So to rent a string instrument is typically less expensive than renting a band instrument or purchasing those instruments in particular. It's not terribly astronomically expensive, and it's a great family environment for all of the students. We are truly a family in every sense of the word. We work hard together, but it's fun work. So I would love to have students join. Anybody is welcome. Make your time here in orchestra. We would love to have you.
Tonight's broadcast on Rangers Network is brought to you by Whataburger, Peppa Thomas with Remax, Max's Roadhouse, Ashley Small Engine Sales and Service, Texas Roadhouse, and Sunbelt Rentals.
Hey, what are you watching?
TV everywhere, man.
What, like a YouTube video?
No, actual TV. My cable service is GVTC. I can watch my favorite shows live right on my phone.
So what do you think about that, super behind the times technology guy?
Ha! Next, they'll come up with VHS recorders without VHS tapes.
GVTC already has it. It's called Whole Home DVR.
Radio without a radio?
GVTC cable already has dozens of music channels.
Movies without a theater?
Premium movie channels like HBO, Cinemax, Stars, The Movie Channel, and Showtime from GVTC.
I gotta get GVTC.
Then you won't be super behind the times technology guy anymore.
Call GVTC today and get hundreds of great entertainment channels, whole home DVR, and access to GVTC TV everywhere. GVTC, just plain smart.
I'm Dr. Matt Bayless, your Smithson Valley dentist. We are proud to be located right here in the Spring Branch Bulverde community. On Highway 46, between Ranger Stadium and Highway 281, you'll find Summer Hill Dental. Dental care with advanced technology, we specialize in family, cosmetic, and implant dentistry. Come see us at Summer Hill Dental, your Smithson Valley dentist.
Path to the draft. Everything you need to know before your team's on the clock.
He can help this offense go to an entire new level.
We break down which college stars will shine on Sundays.
He gives them a guy that can put the offense on his back.
With in-depth analysis you can't get anywhere else.
I think he's got a chance to vault himself up into that first round.
All leading up to draft day. Path to the Draft, Monday through Friday at 6, live on NFL Network.
I'm privileged to work at GVTC, not only to work for a company that provides excellent products and services, but also through the GVTC Foundation to be able to support the communities that we work and live in, serving those communities.
Any individual can donate. We're a nonprofit 501c3, so it's a tax-deductible donation.
That we're on the right track partnering with our communities as we continue to seek ways to grow the GVTC Foundation.
Hey, Cheryl. I've been working on a little side project. FX.
Got a little bit of kick to it.
I have a one.
Fantastic.
Houston, do you copy?
welcome to the campus of Smithson Valley High School as we've got an exciting final regular season baseball game between the Rangers of Smithson Valley and the Unicorns of New Braunfels High School. The Highway 46 rivalry is the two teams both basically off of Highway 46. Ends up to be the final regular season game of the season for both teams. It's been a good season for both as the Rangers 21-6-1 leading the district at this point. The Unicorns, who we saw just a couple of weeks ago drop a 2-1 decision at New Braunfels Canyon, have bounced back with 4 wins over Steele, East Central, Wagner, and Clemens. And again, this is the final regular season game for both teams as they position themselves into the playoffs. Should be a good one here on a sunny 85-degree Tuesday night. Beautiful white uniforms for the Rangers with that dark blue trim. The Unicorns with white pants and the royal blue tops. Numbers are blue outlined in white. The Ranger numbers, of course, like all the other trim, is in that dark blue. Should be a good one as both teams again poised for playoff action that will begin within a week or so, and both teams, I should say, hoping to make some noise when they get to the playoffs. The Rangers, I mentioned, atop the district and have a chance to close that out tonight. Are the home team again on a beautiful Tuesday night here at Ranger Field. Down the lines, 320, and the alleys about 345 and 360 to straight away center field as we bring you a lot of action here on the Ranger Network with cameras all over the place tonight, as we'll have our first batter, and it'll be the second baseman, Randy Huerta, who will start things off for the Unicorns. The starting pitcher for the Rangers, we'll go through his numbers after this first pitch. And there's a ball down low, as you see from our center field camera. Garrett Egley has thrown 39 innings, turned to 39 and 2/3 innings as the next fastball catches the inside corner and evens the count at 1-1. His earned run average of 2.82. He's given up 16 earned runs in those 39 innings. Again, Huerta waits for the 1-1 delivery. The big right-hander, there's a ground ball towards short, will be fielded and thrown across by Jennings to Alvarado, and that's the first out of the game. The 6-3 putout brings up the third baseman, number 4, Peyton Dassey. Dassey on the season with a .241 average, 7 hits and 29 at-bats. He has scored 14 runs. First pitch outside by Egley. Jordan Westberg, the shortstop, is on deck for the Unicorns. Breaking ball down low. Runs the count to 2-0 with 1 out and no one on here in the top of the first. Rangers head coach Chad Kale. There's a ball down low. Unicorns head coach Bobby Alford. The two met at home plate before the game to exchange lineup cards. And what should be a really exciting game here tonight. Dassey waits for the 3-0 delivery. That one's low, and he'll earn a 4-pitch walk.
Next to the plate, number 21, Jordan Westberg.
So the second batter for the Unicorns is their first base runner and brings up the 3-hole hitter, number 21, Jordan Westberg. Westberg, the team's leading hitter at .453. 34 hits, 35 runs, 11 doubles, 2 triples, 4 home runs, and 21 runs batted in. The RBI total is second best on the team. With the runner on first now, Egley in the stretch. Brings a curveball that must have been a little bit low. The count goes to 1-0. Westberg on the season, pretty good on-base percentage as well, as he's walked 27 times. That pitch is down low, and the count 2-0. So 6 consecutive balls by the Rangers starter. senior Garrett Egley. Out of the stretch. That one catches the inside corner and runs the count to 2-1. The runner, Dassey, takes a lead from first. 2-1 pitch, fouled on the ground towards third. That'll even the count up at 2-2 in the opening frame here from Smithson Valley Ranger Field. Final regular season game between the Rangers and the Unicorns. Both teams having success this season. Both teams hoping to close the regular season out with a win. Westberg asks for time. As he gets his footing a little bit better in the box. 1 out, 1 on. Egley checks out of the stretch for his sign. Dassey takes a lead, now stretches it a bit. The 2-2 pitch is down low and away, and the count goes full to the 3-hole hitter for the Unicorns here in the top of the first. You know, the defense is wanting something to happen here, so they're hoping Egley can put something in play. And a soft toss over to first, just chasing the runner back. Probably trying to get a look to see if he was leaning at all, whether the Unicorn coaches might send him here with the full count. 1 out, 1 on. Westberg, the 3-hole hitter, waits for the 3-2 delivery. The runner goes. The ball is fouled up and away down the right field line, out towards the bullpen area. And we'll do full count all over again. Egley on the season, his record is 5-2. He's thrown 4 shutouts on the year. Also has 4 saves to his credit. So he's been used a bunch. The runner goes, a swing and a miss. A throw to second won't be in time, but the strikeout is the second out of the inning. And the second base, Dassey, gets a stolen base, and that'll bring up the cleanup hitter for the Unicorns, the first baseman, number 19, Dean Salazar. Salazar second on the team with a .385 average. Leads the team with 35 hits. 8 doubles, 2 home runs, and leads the team with 28 runs batted in. So he comes up with 2 out and a runner on second here in the top of the first. Garrett Egley, the senior starter for the Rangers, trying to get out of a jam. Brings the first delivery, a fastball fouled up and away on the right side. Salazar sees the count go to 0-1. First batter of these first 4 where Egley has gotten ahead in the count at 0-1. Absolutely gorgeous night out here. We expect this crowd to grow as the game continues. Egley looks, the 0-1 pitch hit on the ground. High hop, now a secondary hop, picked up and thrown out by the second baseman, Pierce. So the 4-3 putout ends the top of the first. So the Unicorns get no runs on no hits. There were no Ranger errors and 1 runner left on base. At the end of 1/2 inning, it's still 0-0 with the Rangers coming to bat. It'll be Horn, Ishizaki, and Galvan up for the Rangers. As you're listening to the Ranger Network in high school baseball.
Tonight's broadcast on Rangers Network is brought to you by Whataburger, Peppa Thomas with Remax, Max's Roadhouse, Ashley Small Engine Sales and Service, Texas Roadhouse, and Sunbelt Rentals.
This is as good as there is. He got it. Here comes Harper. Got him. What a play. Incredible. And they got him. That kid is unbelievable. Wow. Game over.
Everything you love about baseball is on FS1.
A big right-hander, Patrick Kudelka, the starter for the Unicorns tonight as he takes his final warm-ups as we get ready for the bottom of the first inning here on the Ranger Network. Glad you've tuned in. As I've said many times, a gorgeous night out here at Ranger Field at Smithson Valley High School. Sunny skies and 85 degrees at first pitch. I'm sure the crowd would like that to continue to go down throughout the evening. And I'm sure it will. The Rangers catcher is C.J. Horn. He's the leadoff batter here in the bottom of the first, as the Rangers will see if they can put up some crooked numbers here in the early going. Trying to get out in front. Kudelka 3-1 on the season, a 1.33 earned run average, 42 innings pitched. First pitch, fastball upstairs for ball one. He is the innings gobbler. He and Bryce Miller. 8 earned runs in those 42 innings. Has struck out 33, but has walked 28. So perhaps some control issues for the big right-hander. Another fastball is upstairs and away. The count goes to 2-0 to Horn, the Rangers catcher and leadoff hitter. Kudelka gets the sign and out of the windup. That fastball's upstairs as well. So 3 fastballs, all of them too high, and the count goes to 3-0. Kudelka to the wind. On the 3-0 pitch, Horn is swinging and pops it up on the infield, just behind second base in the outfield grass. Is the shortstop Westberg. And a pop out to the shortstop is the first out of the inning and brings up the third baseman, number 6, Toshiki Ishizaki. Ishizaki on the season. 403 batting average. Looks at a breaking ball down low for ball one. 25 hits and 62 at bats. Almost all of his hits singles. 2 doubles and 1 triple mixed in as he waits for the 1-0 delivery. That one's upstairs as well. As those pitches to Horn, the count goes 2-0. And the 2-0 deliveries inside for ball 3. And for the second batter in a row, Kudelka has run to 3-0. And the delivery, fake bunt by Ishizaki, earns a walk as the ball is outside. And just like in the top of the first, the 2-hole hitter for the Rangers now earns a walk. And with 1 out and 1 on is the 3-hole hitter for the Rangers, the left fielder, Cade Galvan. Galvan, a .395 hitter on the season. Looks at a fastball away for ball 1. Galvan with 34 hits and 86 at bats. 5 doubles, 4 triples. He also has 32 runs batted in to lead the team. The left-hander looks. Runner bluffs, doesn't go. That ball catches the inside corner, evens the count at 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the bottom of the first. 1 out and 1 on. Ishizaki takes his lead at first. Now inches away, and then the throw over to first chases him back. Kudelka's throw not with a lot of effort. Get a good look at Galvan right there. As we prepare for the 1-1 pitch from Kudelka. The big right-hander brings a fastball. Catcher had set up, feinted, set up outside. That one came more to the inner half of the plate and was high. And is ball 2, and the count goes to 2-1. Salazar holds the runner over at first. 2-1 pitch, line down the left field line, but just foul. As Galvan went for extra bases the other way, was trying to chase the runner over to third. So just a foul ball evens up the count at 2-2. Here in the bottom of the first. Martinez, Redding, and Miller, the outfield for the Unicorns. Redding in center is playing Galvan to pull. Right fielder Miller kind of shaded that way too in left field. Martinez is playing straight away, and there's one towards the gap between the right fielder and the center fielder. It'll two-hop the wall. Galvan will head to second. Ishizaki will head to the plate, and he will score without a throw. And the Rangers have taken a 1-0 lead on the RBI double by Cade Galvan. The ball was absolutely laced into the gap where both Miller and Redding gave chase. But it got to the wall in 2 hops. And the Rangers are in business with a run on the board and a runner on second with still only 1 out. The batter will be the first baseman, Eric Alvarado, but not before there's a meeting at the mound. Kudelka was spoken to sternly there, it appeared, with body language. That his coach was not happy that he's thrown more balls than strikes already in the early going of the game. So with a runner on second and 1 out, 1 run in, and the Rangers up 1-0, Alvarado steps to the plate. Kudelka checks the runner at second. The runner's going, he's on the move, a hit and run. The throw will be to first from the shortstop Westberg, and they'll retire Alvarado 6-3. Galvan will make his way to third base where he'll be with 2 outs. And the pitcher, number 22, Garrett Egley. Egley on the season, a .346 average. 52 at-bats with 18 hits. And he has a chance to help himself. And there's a ball back to the screen. It's a fastball. Here comes Galvan, and he'll beat the play to the plate, and he'll score the second run of the game for the Rangers. So Galvan will come home on what appears to be a wild pitch. That's ball 1 to the batter. And the Rangers go up 2-0, and the bases are now empty. Kudelka tried to put a little something extra on the fastball, and it went into the dirt, past the catcher, to the wall. Got a big bounce off the concrete wall, but not before Galvan could score. That fastball catches the outside corner and evens the count at 1-1. As Egley bats with 2 outs, 2 runs in, and the base is empty. Kudelka out of the stretch. That ball looked a little bit outside, but must have caught the corner. At least that's what the home plate umpire says, and the count goes 1-2. Again, just the second time here in the bottom of the first that Kudelka has been ahead in the count. 1-2 with 2 outs. Egley waits, fouls one back up and out away. on the first base side out toward the parking lot. And we'll go it again at 1-2. Fane gives the sign. Kudelka goes to the stretch. The 1-2 pitch. On the ground in front of the mound. Kudelka won't be able to get it, and the runner will be on first base with an infield hit. So Egley tops one and reaches first base, and we'll have a courtesy runner. Number 5 is the courtesy runner, Ethan Rivera. So Rivera is on at first base with 2 outs. And the batter is the center fielder, number 7, Hunter Shields. So 1 on, 2 outs. Shields comes to the plate. .366 his average on the season, 30 hits and 82 at-bats. The runner goes. Fane's throw is a good one, and it is not in time. Huerta tried to make the tag, but Rivera got in before it and gets a stolen base on what is ball 1 to the batter Shields. Again, last time we were doing New Braunfels at Canyon ran it pretty much ease against Fane, and the pitcher that night, Bryce Miller. That pitch is outside for ball 2, and Shields is facing a 2-0 count with 2 outs and a runner on second. The Ranger center fielder digs in and waits. Fane's setting up right in the middle of the plate. Kudelka's pitch is upstairs for ball 3. So for the third time here in 6 batters, Kudelka has run a count to 3-0. This time to Shields, the 6-hole hitter for the Rangers, with 2 runs in and a runner on second base with 2 outs. Shields, a senior, waits to get back in and now does. Rivera leads from second. Kudelka's 3-0 pitch is outside, and there's another walk. So they'll put 2 runners on with 2 outs, and the shortstop is Ryan Jennings. Batting in the 7-hole, number 3, Jennings. Comes to the plate with a .274 average this year. 17 hits and 62 at-bats. Shortstop waits for Kudelka's first offering. Runner at second bluffs, but Rivera comes back as the pitch looked to be upstairs and is called ball 1. So in a situation again now with 4 consecutive balls thrown by Kudelka. Jennings waits for the 1-0 delivery. Both runners taking their lead. That's a fastball that looks like it caught the inner half and evens the count at 1-1. See Kudelka. Good size on the mound. Goes to the stretch. Jennings waits. Time is finally called by Jennings as Kudelka paying a lot of attention with Huerta kind of moving back and forth to the bag, toward the bag, trying to keep Rivera close. Kudelka now bluffs towards second. So the pace of the game here in the bottom of the first has slowed down considerably with 2 on and 2 out. Jennings the batter. Shortstop waits. Kudelka gets the sign. That fastball's fouled up and out of play, straight over the press box and out into the parking lot. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Bottom of the first, Rangers up 2-zip. Kudelka gets his sign, the 1-2 pitch. Laced towards right center, that'll go in for a hit. The runner is circling third. Here comes the throw to home. They cut it, and they'll tag out the runner Rivera as the putout is 9-3-2. So Rivera cut out at the plate. 9-3-2 on the putout on the single by Jennings. The Rangers end up with 2 runs on 3 hits, pardon me. 2 runs on 3 hits. No Unicorn errors and 2 runners left on base at the end of 1 complete inning. It's the Rangers 2, the Unicorns nothing. This is the Ranger Network.
This is as good as there is. He got it. Here comes Harper. Got him. What a play. Incredible. And they got him. That kid is unbelievable. Game over.
Everything you love about baseball is on FS1.
I'm privileged to work at GVTC, not only to work for a company that provides excellent products and services, but also through the GVTC Foundation to be able to support the communities that we work and live in, serving those communities.
Any individual can donate. We're a nonprofit 501c3, so it's a tax-deductible donation.
That we're on the right track partnering with our communities as we continue to seek ways to grow the GVTC Foundation.
Tonight's broadcast on Rangers Network is brought to you by Security Bank, Ferris Orthodontics, GVTC, Wick Productions, HEB, Rangers Network, Chicken Express, Pizza Hut, Red McCombs Ford, and Smoky Moe's.
As we come back to Ranger Field here at Smithson Valley, the first batter for the Unicorns is Bryce Miller, and he'll ground 1 to short, where Jennings will field and throw to first to Alvarado for the first out here of the top of the second. Designated hitter Isaiah Salazar will step in with 1 out and nobody on. First pitch swinging was Miller. That first pitch to Salazar is upstairs for ball 1. Salazar, 305 on the batting average this year. That fastball by Egley is also upstairs, and he runs the count at 2-0. Salazar, 18 hits and 59 at-bats. To be a breaking ball down low, and all of a sudden, Egley having a little trouble finding the strike zone. His 3-0 delivery. Then there, well, it must have been inside. Blue wouldn't call it, and the second walk by Egley puts a runner on first with 1 out, and the catcher Blake Fain due up. Fain on the season, a .227 average. Right-handed batting catcher waits for the first delivery by Egley, and it's upstairs for ball 1. So Garrett's struggling a little bit with the strike zone right now. His head coach of the Unicorns, Bobby Alford, asks Fain to come halfway down the line and meets him for a little bit of advice. As again, Egley has thrown 5 consecutive balls. The lead from first is in there. The pitch is in there. The lead from first by Salazar wasn't a very big one, but the count is evened up at 1-1 on the fastball over the outer half by Egley. Fain digs in. Egley delivers. This one catches the inside corner, and he takes the count to 1-2. Fain not real pleased with the call. as the first of those 2 strikes hit the outside corner, the second the inside corner. You get a great look from center field. That fastball just off the edge of the plate evens the count at 2-2. Horn tried to frame it. Crowd tried to ask for it. Blue said no. Count goes 2-2, 1 out, 1 on. Top of the second inning. Rangers leading 2-0. Fastball fouled back up and out of play. Where the first base stands. Leaves the count at 2-2. Fain on the season with 6 runs batted in. Takes a fastball upstairs for ball 3, and the count goes full at 3-2. We'll see if the runner Salazar will be moving on the pitch. They did that in the first. Runner doesn't go, and there's a swing and a miss, another strikeout. The second strikeout of the game by Egley. It's the second out of the inning and brings up the 8-hole hitter, number 1, Noah Martinez. The Unicorns' left fielder stands in with Salazar at first and 2 down. Garrett Egley, the senior right-hander, gets the sign and brings the first pitch. That one a bit upstairs, in for ball 1. For the most part, Garrett's been sharp, keeping the ball down fairly well. There's a fastball down and fouled out of play. Evens the count at 1-1 with 2 outs and a runner on first here in the top of the second inning. Martinez again waits. Fastball upstairs. Takes the count to 2-1. Now Egley wants to talk to his catcher, Horn. CJ goes out toward the mound. Conversation is a brief one, and he'll come back to home plate. His home plate's very dirty right now. But our home plate umpire hasn't brushed it off as yet. A 2-1 pitch. Egley brings it upstairs for ball 3. And after throwing a first pitch ground ball to start the inning, everything else has slowed down a little bit. Egley's pitch is fouled off right at the plate. Looked like it got blue a little bit. The foul ball rolls out just in front of the plate down the first base side. Catcher C.J. Horn and pitcher Garrett Egley take their time recovering and so forth to give the umpire a chance to shake that one off, as you are taught to do with baseball etiquette. Just like the home plate umpire will take his time if the catcher takes one on a foul ball. So the count is full at 3-2. Egley brings it. The runner goes. That one's upstairs for ball 4, and a pair of walks have runners on first and second with 2 outs. And the 9-hole hitter is the center fielder, Ryan Redding. Number 6 is up. Redding a .317 average on the season. 13 hits and 41 at-bats, has scored 17 runs, has 11 runs batted in. Egley's fastball is down low for ball 1. Now the Rangers will bring their coach out to the mound to have a conversation with the senior right-hander. With 2 outs and 2 on here in the top of the second inning. Again, the Rangers scored twice in the bottom of the first to take a 2-0 lead as we play here in the top of the second. The Unicorns went out with 1 runner who reached on a walk. In fact, the Unicorns have had 3 base runners so far tonight. They've all reached by the walk. Egley on the season, to his credit, had 45 strikeouts and only 17 walks. But he's already walked 3 here in the first inning and 2/3. Redding again will come back towards the plate. The right-handed hitting center fielder steps and waits for the 1-0 delivery. Egley winds or stretch out of the stretch. This one's a pop-up. Looks to be on the infield, and the shortstop, Jennings, will camp under it. The runners are moving, but that's the 3rd out of the inning. On a pop to short, the Unicorns are retired with no runs on no hits, no Ranger errors, and 2 runners left on base. As we head to the bottom of the 2nd, it's the Rangers 2-0 over the Unicorns. This is the Ranger Network.
Let's get busy. Work.
Building houses, making dreams come true.
Wow.
This is strictly butter.
This is as good as there is. He got it. Here comes Harper. Got him. What a play. Incredible. And they got him. That kid is unbelievable. Game over.
Everything you love about baseball is on FS1.
Tonight's broadcast on Rangers Network is brought to you by Security Bank, Ferris Orthodontics, GVTC, Wick Productions, HEB, Rangers Network, Chicken Express, Pizza Hut, Red McCombs Ford, and Smoky Moe's.
As the Rangers come to bat here in the bottom of the 2nd with a 2-0 lead, it'll be the 8-hole hitter, Davis Grotchett. Right fielder tonight, number 16 waits for Kudelka's first pitch. Said to be inside by the home plate umpire for ball 1. Kudelka again goes to the wind. The 1-0. Upstairs for ball 2. As he finds himself down in the count again. The big right-hander brings a 2-0 pitch outside for ball 3. 1, 2, 3, 4th time tonight. He's gone 3-0 on a Ranger batter. Grotchett waits. The 3-0 delivery is outside for ball 4. And the leadoff batter for the Rangers reaches on a walk. Brings up the second baseman, number 4, Mason Pierce. Pierce on the season, a .316 average, 25 hits, 79 at-bats, 25 runs scored from the 9-hole. This Ranger team scores some runs. Grotchett takes a lead, kind of almost bluffed a little bit as the fastball goes outside to the 9-hole hitter for ball 1. It's not like that was unexpected. Grotchett with a lead at first. Pierce the batter. No one's out. Kudelka goes to the stretch. Throws home. Pierce is bunting. He fouls it right back to the press box, saved by the screen. Or somebody would have had to catch that, and I'm not sure anybody else was ready. I know Bo wasn't. So the count goes even at 1-1. To the 9-hole hitter for the Rangers here in the bottom of the 2nd. A 2-0 Ranger lead as we play into the bottom of the 2nd. Rangers have a runner on first and no one out. Top of the inning next with C.J. Horn, and there's a throw to first, a little more serious. Grotchett back in plenty of time. Kudelka again. Checks the runner to the stretch. The 1-1 pitch. Upstairs and in for ball 2. And even though Pierce has given himself up with a bunt try, Kudelka is not having a whole lot of luck at throwing strikes. Two 2-1 pitch. Almost got him. No foul ball called. It'll be a pass ball, as I think Fain was unable to handle it. It's ball 3, and down to second is Grotchett. So no need for Pierce to bunt him to second because he's already there. We'll see if they ask him to push him towards, just swings a little bit late and get him to third base with 1 out or with a hit. And there's ball 4. He'll take a walk. So back-to-back walks put runners on first and second with nobody out, and the Rangers go back to the top of the order. And the catcher, C.J. Horn, he popped out to shortstop on a 3-0 pitch. Back to lead off the Ranger first. Fain goes out with to have a conversation with Kudelka. So the Rangers with 2 on and nobody out. Top of the order in the bottom of the second. Leadoff hitter for the Rangers, C.J. Horn. Waits for the first pitch by Kudelka, and it's low and away for ball 1. Horn on the season again, a .338 average. Not very often, more often than high school than anywhere else, but having your catcher as your leadoff hitter. But Horn is a good one. He takes that one on the left arm, and he'll go to first base. And the hit by pitch loads the bases. Horn to first. Pierce to second. Grotchett to third. Here comes Bobby Alford out to the mound to have another conversation with his starting pitcher, Patrick Kudelka. My guess is that might be it. And the courtesy runner for Horn is Eric Reese, the junior, number 1. So Reese, the courtesy runner, at first base. Looks like Kudelka's going to stay in there as he and a couple of the infielders and head coach Bobby Alford are talking this one over. To the 2-hole hitter is Toshiki Ishizaki, who reached on a walk and scored back in the first. Scored on the Galvan double. So Fain gives a signal to the right half of the infield, but the whole infield is coming in with the bases loaded and no one out. They bring the infield into the edge of the infield grass. Salazar, Huerta, Westberg, and Dassey from first to third. Again, the third baseman, Ishizaki, who reached on a walk and scored back in the first inning, is due up with the bases loaded and no one out. Kudelka needs to throw strikes for the Unicorns. That one's outside for ball 1. The big right-hander really having trouble tonight locating the strike zone. His 1-0 pitch. That one's outside as well. Runs the count to 2-0 to Ishizaki. Kudelka gets the sign, goes to the stretch. Again, the infield in. That one's right down the middle for strike 1. The count goes to 2-1. Ishizaki probably taking on the pitch. See if the big right-hander can throw a strike. So the count goes 2-1. Base is still loaded. No one out. That fastball catches the inner half and evens the count at 2-2. So the Ranger third baseman bats with the bases loaded. No one out. Bottom of the second. That pitch saved by Fain. Looked like a breaking ball, tailed away from the batter, and the count is full at 3-2. Nowhere to put him. Bases are loaded. No one's out. Bottom of the second. Rangers already lead 2-0, trying to break it open right here with a big squiggly number inning. Ishizaki digs in. Kudelka gets the sign. The full count pitch. Swung on and missed. Looked to be a tailing breaking ball. It got Ishizaki to chase, and that's the first out of the inning. The bases remain loaded now with one out. And the three-hole hitter is number 2, Cade Galvan. The left fielder had an RBI double back in the first. Now bats with the bases loaded and one down. Galvan again the RBI leader on the team now with 33 on the year. Kudelka's first pitch in there for strike one. Not very often he's been ahead in the count, so that's something to take note of as he gets ahead of Galvan. 0-1. The left-handed hitting left fielder, the RBI producer for the Rangers, waits for the next pitch, goes outside, evens the count at 1-1. So Kudelka, not wanting to get too many strikes all at once, evens the count. Big right-hander brings it. Galvan got jammed a little bit and fouled it back up out of play over the press box. Runs the count to 1-2. So Kudelka making some better pitches here to what's arguably the best hitter in this Ranger lineup. Best run producer, the 1-2. That one down and away, evens the count at 2-2. He tried to get Galvan to chase the same pitch that Ishizaki chased to strike out for the first out of the inning. Bases loaded, one out. Galvan waits. The 2-2 pitch. Inside for ball 3, and again, as the count goes full, there's nowhere to put him as the bases are loaded. After 3 consecutive walks, or I should say 2 walks and a hit batsman, the Rangers loaded the bases. After a strikeout, the 3-hole hitter Galvan is due up. He faces a full count, 3-2 count, and here's Kudelka's 3-2 pitch. Looked like a ball upstairs and swung on and missed by Galvan as the second out of the inning. So all of a sudden, from going from the bases loaded and no one out, now the bases loaded are 2 out. And Eric Alvarado, the first baseman's due up. He grounded out to short his first time up. He now steps in with a chance to salvage something of offense here in the second inning after the bases were loaded with no one out. Runners take their lead. Kudelka's first pitch sent to the air towards right over the right fielder Miller. He's got it in tracks and makes the catch. And Patrick Kudelka got out of a whole lot of trouble. No runs, no hits, no errors. 3 runners left on base. The Rangers have left 5 through 2 innings. The Rangers lead it 2-0 as we head to the third. This is the Ranger Network.
Tonight's broadcast on Rangers Network is brought to you by Security Bank, Ferris Orthodontics, GVTC, Wick Productions, HEB, Rangers Network, Chicken Express, Pizza Hut, Red McCombs Ford, and Smoky Moe's.
Boy, it doesn't get any better than this.
Ain't that the truth? I'm glad we got a chance to do this with you being so busy with football.
Yeah, and you don't have any free time working on all those people's smiles.
Hey, what do y'all think y'all are doing? You got kids to coach and we have smiles to make.
I'm Dr. Matt Bayless, your Smithson Valley dentist. We are proud to be located right here in the Spring Branch Bulverde community. On Highway 46, between Ranger Stadium and Highway 281, you'll find Summer Hill Dental. Dental care with advanced technology. We specialize in family, cosmetic, and implant dentistry. Come see us at Summer Hill Dental, your Smithson Valley dentist.
At Smithson Valley, it's never too early to talk football. Rangers football camp starts on August 7th through the 11th. Join Coach Hill and the Rangers coaches as your future football player will get a full week of on-field instructions as well as breakdown game films and really learn the ins and outs of the game, the Ranger way. Sign up now by calling 885-1069 or logging into therangernetwork.com. Good way to get your little one some football experience. Randy Huerta, the leadoff hitter for the Unicorns, leads off the third. First two pitches are a ball and a strike, so the count is even at 1-1. As he sends that one down the left field line, hard hit but foul. Takes the count at 1-2. As Garrett Egley works here in the third. Out of the wind, the 1-2 delivery. I think it hit him in the helmet. It did. Huerta had ducked. Ball came up and hit him in the back of the helmet for a hit batsman, and he'll take first base to lead off the inning. Coaches are checking on him. He jumped out of the box pretty quick, like he wasn't affected very much at all. They'll go through the concussion protocol steps as they check to see if there's any chance he suffered one. Two coaches and now a trainer making his way across the field. Looks like they're going to break up the huddle even before he gets there. But maybe not. The trainer will give Huerta a look. Looked like as he ducked his head, the ball kind of hit the top of his helmet and went up in the air back towards the screen. So again, the conversation continues down at first base. As you see, both coaches and a couple of trainers down there, along with first baseman Alvarado. My guess is he's probably not talking, but he's observing all the conversation. Home plate umpire will make his way down. See what's the status. The length of this conversation leads me to believe that they're considering taking Huerta out of the game. And with safety first as your motto, might be the way we go here. Huerta still out near first base. Does not appear to want to come out of the game. But he'll go to the Smithson Valley. Smithson Valley trainer will take him to their locker area to check him out. Nice job of both Huerta and Egley shaking hands at the bottom of the mound, showing no signs of any bad feelings. Egley will take a couple of warm-up pitches. Alford and the home plate umpire come back towards the way. The batter will be the two-hole hitter, the third baseman Peyton Dassey. He'll step in with a runner on first base. See if we can get the name of that runner here with the lineup card. James Owens, number 3, James Owens. Will run. He enters the game in the top of the third. More than likely go down to second base when we head to the bottom of the inning. Nobody out, a runner on first on the hit batsman. Third baseman Dassey steps in and waits for Egley's first pitch, a fastball away. Unicorns again here in the top of the third. It's a 2-0 Ranger lead. The runner takes his lead, and there's a fastball over the inner half. Runner kind of offered to it as well. It's called a strike. The count even at 1-1. Unicorns, a couple of players sitting on stools just outside of the dugout, and the bases umpire tells them to get back into the dugout. Again, with safety as our tool, and there's a bunt try by Dassey, fouled up and into the screen behind home plate, so that's strike two, 1-2 the count, with a runner on first and nobody out here in the top of the third. This is the Ranger Network bringing you exciting high school baseball, a district finale for both New Braunfels and Smithson Valley. There's a foul up and out of play on the third base side by Dassey as he continues to be in a 1-2 count. Here in District 27, 6A. Both teams poised for a run in the playoffs. Egley's pitch catches the outside corner, and that's called third strike.
One down.
Egley gets the benefit of the call, and there's now one out with a runner on first. Brings up the three-hole hitter, Jordan Westberg, the shortstop, who struck out with a runner on second base. Actually struck out with a runner on first base. The runner stole second as he struck out on that full count. Takes a ball upstairs for ball one. Egley gets his sign, goes to the stretch. Runner takes a lead. That breaking ball's down low, and the count now 2-0 to Jordan Westberg. Shortstop with the leading average on the team at .453, probably one of the leading averages in the district. Second on the team with 9 stolen bases. Takes a strike to make it 2-1. Leads the team with 35 runs scored. Second on the team with 34 hits. Leads the team with 11 doubles. That ball's outside, and the count goes to 3-1 to the three-hole hitter of the Unicorns here in the top of the third. It's 2-0 Smithson Valley. The Unicorns trying to put a run up on the board here in the third. One out, one on. Westberg waits. The 3-1 delivery is a breaking ball, catches the inside corner and runs the count full to 3-2. Egley making a nice pitch when he needed it most right there. Ready's the 3-2 delivery now. Popped up, first base side. Looks like it'll go out of play, and it does. And the count will stay 3-2, and we'll do that all over again. The runner on first, by the way, was not running that time. It's the pinch runner, James Owens, who came in the game after Huerta was hit by a pitch in the helmet, and they took him out for safety reasons. So Owens, the runner at first, takes his lead. Egley gets the sign into the stretch, the 3-2 pitch. Inside for ball four. Well, the Unicorns have a pair of runners on base on first and second now with one out. And the cleanup hitter for the Unicorns, their RBI producer, Dean Salazar. Salazar second on the team with a .385 average, first on the team with 28 runs batted in. Eight doubles, 2 home runs. The big right-handed hitting first baseman digs in. Egley steps off, now back onto the rubber. The runners take their lead from first and second. There's one out here in the top of the third. Unicorns putting up a little bit of a threat. Fastball, strike one to Dean Salazar. Neither pitcher has got that high strike called very much. but Egley got that one. There's a fastball hit on a rope in the gap. That'll go for extra bases. The first runner will score. The second runner's rounding third. We'll see if they hold him up, and they do, as Salazar moves into second with an RBI double to left center field. Westberg holds up at third. Owens scores, and it's a 2-1 lead now for the Rangers, as Egley has found himself some trouble. With one out, he now has runners at second and third, and the 5-hole hitter is the right fielder Bryce Miller. Miller grounded out to short on the first pitch of the second inning. He bats with one out and 2 on here in the third. The right-hander waits. The first pitch from Egley is upstairs for ball 1. Miller on the season, again, .329 that average. He's one of the better pitchers on the team with a 4-2 record. He and Coronado both 4-2. There's a ball in the dirt, low for ball 2. Miller goes ahead in the count 2-0 with runners on second and third and only one out. The Unicorns have a run in here in the top of the third. It's 2-1. Smithson Valley leads it, but the Unicorns are threatening. Miller waits. Egley's wind and pitch is upstairs. Runs the count to 3-0. You don't know if they're just being careful with Miller, with Isaiah Salazar on deck with the base open at first. Egley comes back and throws a good-looking strike. Runs the count to 3-1. Got to be guessing that Miller will be hacking at this one if it's anywhere close. 2 on, 1 out for the Unicorns in a 2-1 Ranger lead, top of the third. Ground ball to short. The runner will come home from third to tie the score. The throw across by Jennings, scooped nicely by Alvarado. Miller is retired 6-3 for the second time tonight, but he gets an RBI by scampering home Westberg. And again, the score is tied at 2-2. On the RBI ground out for the second out of the inning, designated hitter Isaiah Salazar steps in with a runner on second now with 2 outs. Egley checks the runner. Like a breaking ball down and away for ball 1. Salazar walked his first time up. Got as far as second base before the inning ended. But the Unicorns have scored twice here in the top of the third, pardon me. It's 2-2 as we play in the top of the third. There's a fastball strike, even the counts at 1-1. Egley trying to work out of a jam where he's given up a couple of runs. Hit batsman and a walk have both scored on the RBI double and ground out. That ball's upstairs. Count goes to 2-1 to Salazar. Isaiah Salazar at the plate, Dean Salazar at second base. Dean Salazar had the RBI double. Egley's pitch is sent in the air. Center fielder Shields comes over and makes the catch for the final out of the inning. So the fly ball to center is the third out, and that ends the top of the third. The Unicorns get 2 runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. As we head to the bottom of the third, the Rangers and the Unicorns tied at 2. This is the Ranger Network.
Path to the draft. Everything you need to know before your team's on the clock.
He can help this offense go to an entire new level.
We break down which college stars will shine on Sundays.
He gives them a guy that can put the offense on his back.
With in-depth analysis you can't get anywhere else.
I think he's got a chance to vault himself up into that first round.
All leading up to draft day. Path to the Draft, Monday, Friday at 6, live on NFL Network.
Oh,
By the way, Mom, I volunteered us to host the Band Booster fundraiser meeting. When? Tonight, and we'll need to have something to eat, too.
No! Sure, honey. How many are coming?
I don't know, like 5?
Thank you for calling Smoky Mo's. This is Katie. Yes, ma'am, we can feed 3 to 8 with our family pack.
Actually, it's more like 20 are coming.
Yes, ma'am, we can feed 20 with our group pack.
Actually, make that 50. The Silver Spurs dance team is coming too.
Absolutely, we can feed 50 with our group pack.
Well, we've got a brand new ball game as we're tied at 2 as we head to the bottom of the third. The Rangers will bring up 5, 6, and 7 in their order. Egley, Shields, and Jennings as we start off the bottom of the third. Garrett Egley, a 18 hits, 52 at bats. Does have a home run and 3 doubles, so 4 extra base hits. As Patrick Kudelka works into the bottom of the third, now tied at 2 as his team got him some runs. There's first pitch ball. It's not like that has changed, as he has opened virtually, not every batter, but virtually every batter tonight with the ball outside the strike zone. The big right-hander brings the 1-0 delivery. That's sent in the air towards center. Back goes Redding toward the wall. It's off the wall, hits the base of the wall, and Egley will dig towards second. The throw comes in, he slides safely, and there's a leadoff double for the starting pitcher of the Rangers. As we play in the bottom of the third. Egley's 5th extra base hit of the season and his 4th double. Brings up Hunter Shields, the center fielder. Shields walked back in the first inning. Got as far as second base before the inning came to a close. He was actually on base when the courtesy runner Rivera was thrown out at the plate. Fastball over the outer half is a strike, and this time Kudelka gets ahead to the Rangers' 6-hole hitter, Hunter Shields. Shields back in the box. Kudelka goes to the stretch, checks the runner. Brings a ball that goes outside and evens the count at 1-1. The Rangers and the Unicorns. District 27 6A battle here at Ranger Field on a Tuesday night with the sun going down. Kudelka's 1-1 offering. Sent in the air. Looked like Redding barely had to move. Now he scampers back a little bit. The runner will tag at second, and as he goes to third, they'll call him safe. That's the courtesy runner, Rivera, again. The bases umpire called him safe. There's a lot in blue that don't agree with it. On the feel out to the center fielder for the first out of the inning. Redding made a great throw to the third baseman, Dassey, who appeared to tag him somewhere on the legs, but the home plate or the bases umpire called him safe. So Rivera is at third with 1 out now, and the shortstop Ryan Jennings due up. Jennings checks his third base coach for the signs. With 1 out and 1 on, and there are no signs. So Jennings readies himself for the big right-hander's first pitch. Swings through a fastball at the belt. Strike 1, second batter in a row that Kudelka has gotten ahead of. Fain looks to the dugout for the sign, flashes the sign. Kudelka to the stretch. The 0-1 pitch. Popped up on the right side. First baseman Salazar has a beat on it and records the put out for the second out of the third inning.
Next in place, Davis Ratchet.
So Kudelka, who got out of a bases loaded, no one out jam in the second, has a leadoff double. Now a runner on third, and now 2 outs as Davis Grotchett, the right fielder, comes up. He walked first time up and sends a lazy line drive that goes over the second baseman's head, and that's an RBI single for Grotchett as the Rangers go back on top 3-2.
Next to the plate, Mason Pierce.
Not hit the hardest, but that one had enough loop on it to go over the second baseman's head. That's Owens. And the runner from third, Rivera, scores, makes it 3-2. Smithson Valley goes back on top. Kudelka now faces Mason Pierce, who sends one down the right field line. That one just foul, or it would have been in for extra bases. Kudelka gets ahead in the count, 0-1 to Pierce. Mason Pierce, second baseman, who also walked back in the second inning, trying to place one down the right field line, trying to get some extra bases. But it's just foul. Pearson waits now for the 0-1 delivery. Grotchett gets his lead at first. That's a breaking ball down in the dirt. Nice stop by Fain. The count evens at 1-1 with 2 outs now here. But a run in the bottom of the third. It's 3-2 Smithson Valley. Kudelka stares in for the sign. Goes to the stretch. Grotchett leans. He goes. And there's a foul ball down the right field side. Hit with a little bit of authority and goes foul down the line towards the dugout or the bullpen area. But runs the count to 1-2 to Mason Pierce. A few foul balls in the inning have run the home plate umpire out of balls, so they threw one in from the dugout. A game ball. As Pierce digs back in, Kudelka gets his sign, checks the runner. Grotchett again at first. This time he doesn't run. That one's in the dirt. Count even at 2-2 now to the 9-hole hitter for the Rangers. 3-2, the Rangers lead it. Bottom of the third, runner on first, 2 out for the Rangers. 9-hole hitter Mason Pierce stands in. Kudelka gets his sign, checks the runner, then throws to first. Grotchett back in plenty of time. Grotchett on the season. Now gets a big lead. He's leaning, he's going. Ball in the dirt. The throw to second won't be on time as he'll have second base stolen. And the count goes full to Pierce with 2 out and a runner on second now. Kudelka now with the runner on second and a full count. Should have been running, shouldn't he? Second baseman, a runner at second. It's a full count with 2 outs. Well, I guess the base knows nobody on first to move him. So the Rangers lead it 3-2. Got Grotchett on second base, Pierce at the plate. The count is full with 2 out. Patrick Kudelka. Big right-hander waits for another full count pitch. That one's on a rope towards center. Back goes Redding and makes a running catch. The ball hit hard by Pierce, but tracked down by the center fielder Redding. That's the 3rd out of the inning. The Rangers, though, do get a run on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. At the end of 3 complete, it's 3-2, the Rangers over the Unicorns, and this is the Ranger Network.
This is as good as there is. He got it. Here comes Harper. Got him. What a play. Incredible. And they got him. That kid is unbelievable.
Everything you love about baseball is on FS1.
I'm privileged to work at GVTC, not only to work for a company that provides excellent products and services, but also through the GVTC Foundation to be able to support the communities that we work and live in, serving those communities.
Any individual can donate. We're a nonprofit 501c3, so it's a tax-deductible donation.
That we're on the right track partnering with our communities as we continue to seek ways to grow the GVTC Foundation.
We head to the top of the fourth here on the Ranger Network. The Unicorns will bring up catcher Blake Fain, left fielder Noah Martinez, and center fielder Ryan Redding, the 7, 8, and 9-hole hitters in this Unicorn lineup. Unicorns, who scored twice in the top of the third to make this one even, saw the tie score go back away as the Rangers tallied a single run in the bottom of the third. So it's a 3-2 Ranger lead as we play in the top of the fourth, and first pitch by Egley is upstairs for ball one. Egley quickly moving, brings another fastball on the inside corner, and that runs the count even at 1-1 to the 7-hole hitter, the catcher Blake Fain. 227 his average. Another strike runs the count to 1-2. Fain on the season with 10 hits and 44 at-bats. He scored just one run. Batting in the 7-hole, he has not come around to score but once all season. Fastball over the plate, strike three, and Fain knew it. He started walking as soon as the catcher caught it. A called third strike. Is the fourth strikeout of the game for Egley. Brings up the left fielder, Noah Martinez. Martinez average on the year 189, swings and misses for strike one. 7 hits and 37 at-bats. He has scored 14 runs, a couple of doubles, and 6 runs batted in. And there's strike two to the 8-hole hitter for the Unicorns. As Egley has found a little bit of momentum here, working quickly here in the top of the fourth. His 0-2 pitch. Right down the middle, swung and missed by Martinez, and that's the second strikeout of the inning.
Next to the plate, Ryan Redding.
So a pair of strikeouts brings up the 9-hole hitter. The Unicorns' Ryan Redding popped out to short his first time up. Takes a ball that's a little bit outside and low for ball one. The wind. And there's the bat goes flying into the screen right near the dugout of the Rangers. As Redding let that one flying on strike one. Probably the most excitement we've seen in the last 3 or 4 minutes. At least in this at-bat for the Unicorns. A pair of strikeouts. And a 1-1 count to Redding as Egley brings the delivery. Fastball catches the outer half, and that's strike two. As the big right-hander for the Rangers now. As I mentioned, the first couple of batters kind of finding some rhythm. That was the 8th strike he's thrown. That one outside for ball two, evens the count at 2-2. Struck out Fain, struck out Martinez, and has a 2-2 count to Redding. Here in the top of the fourth, trying to make quick work of the Unicorns' bottom of the lineup. Fastball fouled back to the screen. Leaves the count at 2-2. Would officially be the 9th strike he's thrown here in the fourth. Egley gets his sign, goes to the wind. The 2-2 pitch. A little bit upstairs, runs the count full at 3-2. So if there were base runners, they would be moving, but there are none. Egley winds his 3-2 delivery. Is off the edge of the plate. And after a pair of strikeouts, he walks Redding and brings up the top of the order. It is James Owens, the second baseman, who came in for Huerta after he got hit by a pitch in the top of the third.
Number 3, James Owens.
Owens on the season a .333 average, but his numbers are simply he was 1 for 3 coming in, so he's not seen very much action this season. But Owens thrust in here, swings and misses for strike one. A runner on first, 2 outs. Swings and fouls this one back up and out of play, and Owens finds himself in a hole now at 0-2. So a pair of strikeouts and a walk gives the Unicorns a runner on first with 2 out. Second baseman James Owens waits for Egley's 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3, and he goes down. 3 strikeouts in the inning as the Unicorns score no runs on no hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. As we head to the bottom of the 4th, it's the Rangers up 3-2, and this is the Ranger Network.
Path to the draft. Everything you need to know before your team's on the clock.
He can help this offense go to an entire new level.
We break down which college stars will shine on Sundays.
He gives them a guy that can put the offense on his back.
With in-depth analysis you can't get anywhere else.
I think he's got a chance to vault himself up into that first round.
All leading up to draft day. Path to the Draft, Monday through Friday at 6, live on NFL Network.
I'm Dr. Matt Bayless, your Smithson Valley dentist. We are proud to be located right here in the Spring Branch Bulverde community. On Highway 46, between Ranger Stadium and Highway 281, you'll find Summer Hill Dental. General care with advanced technology, we specialize in family, cosmetic, and implant dentistry. Come see us at Summer Hill Dental, your Smithson Valley dentist.
Tonight's broadcast on Rangers Network is brought to you by Security Bank, Ferris Orthodontics, GVTC, Wick Productions, HEB, Rangers Network, Chicken Express, Pizza Hut, Red McCombs Ford, and Smoky Moe's.
C.J. Horn.
And a shout out to our camera people tonight as you're getting some great pictures from all over, some great angles. From center field to behind the plate to near both dugouts as you see the front of the batter, no matter which side the batter is batting. It's the top of the order. C.J. Horn will lead it off for the Rangers. Fouls one back up and out of play for strike one to start the bottom of the 4th. The Rangers lead it 3-2 as we play in the bottom of the 4th. Rangers with a pair of runs in the first, another run in the third, both times giving them the lead. Their run in the bottom of the 3rd came after the Unicorns scored a pair in the top of the 3rd. Pitch outside for ball 1 to count even at 1-1. District 27 6A battle between the Unicorns and the Rangers. Patrick Kadelka. 1-1 pitch swung on and missed by Horn. Count goes to 1-2. That fastball up and over the plate. Horn wanted to take a hack at it, and he did. He just missed. Right-handed batting catcher digs in, and the 1-2 delivery on the way home. That one fouled out and out, up and out of play on the first base side again. Count stays at 1-2 to the leadoff hitter for the Rangers here in the bottom of the 4th. Kadelka's delivery sit in the air down the right field line. It'll be foul as it makes his way down the line. Count stays at 1-2. The flag blowing well tonight from first base to third base, it appears to me, more than anything. So helping a ball that goes out to left but not too much to right. Horn looks at a ball upstairs, runs the count even at 2-2. As Kadelka's pitch count has to be getting up there. Play in the bottom of the 4th, 3-2. The Rangers lead it. 2-2 delivery, popped up on the infield. Second baseman Owens gives way to the shortstop Westberg, who goes out behind second base and makes the play. So for the second time tonight, Horn pops out to the shortstop, and that's the first out of the bottom of the fourth. And Toshiki Ishizaki, a foreign exchange student, steps in for the Rangers. Walked and scored in the first, struck out in the second. Here for his one and only season playing for the Rangers, the junior. Been quite a valuable addition for head coach Chad Kale and his staff. The left-handed batting third baseman takes ball one on a breaking ball low and away. Kudelka toes the rubber and gets the sign. The 1-0 delivery. And there for strike one. Evens the count at 1-1. Again, I gave a shout out to our camera people tonight. Some great pictures coming across. The 1-1 delivery slapped foul down the third base side. Third baseman Dassey chases it, but it'll go out of play. Count goes to 1-2 to the two-hole hitter for the Rangers with one out and nobody on. Number 6. Ishizaki takes a fastball inside. And the catcher, Fain, had set up outside. And that ball came in. I'm not sure it was that far off the plate, but because, again, he set up outside and reaching for it, you don't get that call very often at all if it's even close. 2-2 delivery. Slap back up the middle. The second baseman, Owens, can't get to it, and there's a single with one out for the two-hole hitter of the Rangers. So one out and one on brings up the left fielder, Cade Galvan. An RBI double in the first, struck out in the second. The senior left fielder. Left-handed batter. Where's number 2? Ishizaki takes his lead at first, now stretches it a little bit. Kudelka brings the first pitch upstairs for ball one. Get a good look at Kudelka there. Now Galvan. As they square off here in the bottom of the second, or bottom of the fourth. A little further along than I mentioned there. That ball caught the inside corner for strike one, and the count is even at 1-1. The runner takes the lead from first. Kudelka brings 1-1 pitch in the air to left, right at the left fielder Martinez, and he'll make the grab for the second out of the inning. So the fly ball to left is out number 2. And the first baseman, Eric Alvarado, who's grounded to short and flied out to right in his 2 trips, comes up with a runner on first and now 2 down. And Coach Bobby Alford out of the front of the dugout, moving his fielders around a little bit. So the big right-hander steps in. And a throw to first. Not in time. Ishizaki not with a huge lead, but still a good lead as he inches back off the base. Kudelka checks and gets the sign from Fain. Goes to the stretch. 2 out, 1 on. Alvarado sees a ball in the dirt. Fain knocks it down but can't scoop it cleanly, and the runner moves to second on what should be a wild pitch. So now Alvarado out there with an opportunity for a run batted in if he can put one out in play. Alvarado on the season, .344 that average, 16 runs batted in with 21 hits and 61 at-bats, and Bobby Alford makes another trip to the mound. Looks like it might be an injury check as catcher Fain got shaken up a little bit with that one. I think that was that whole conversation as everybody gets back to where they should be. That ball in the dirt, Fain might have got his non-glove hand, his right hand down in there, might have got a piece of it on the bounce. But he's back behind the plate with the sign and with 2 outs and a runner on second. Alvarado looks at a 1-0 delivery now from Kudelka. That one upstairs. Count goes 2-0. Alvarado, tonight's first baseman. The senior waits for the 2-0 delivery. On its way. Another fastball too tall. The count goes 3-0 to the cleanup hitter for the Rangers, who bat in the bottom of the fourth with a 3-2 lead, a runner on second, 2 out. Pop out, a single, a fly ball out, a wild pitch. Gets us to where we're at now, 3-0 count. Alvarado waits. That one catches the inside corner. The count goes to 3-1. Alvarado again waits as Kudelka goes to the stretch. His 3-1 pitch. Fouled back in the dirt behind home plate. Runs the count full at 3-2. Ishizaki, the runner at second. Egley, the on-deck hitter, goes back to get the loose ball. Eric Alvarado against Patrick Kudelka. 2 outs, 3-2 pitch. Low and inside, it's ball 4. So an inning continues. The Rangers pitcher, Garrett Egley, comes up. He has singled and doubled in 2 at-bats. To improve his .348 average on the season. Looks at the first pitch and swings, fouls it straight back to the screen. Right on that one, just a little bit below it. Rangers trying to add on to their 3-2 lead with 2 outs and 2 on here in the bottom of the fourth. Time called by the batter, Egley. It's Kudelka taking lots of time as he goes to his stretch here in the fourth. Kudelka's worked through a couple of innings. The Rangers had the bases loaded and no one out in the second and did not score. They were able to tack on a run in the bottom of the third on an RBI single by Grotchet. And there's a foul ball up towards the first base dugout. Salazar chases it but can't get there in time. That'll be strike 2 to the 5-hole hitter for the Rangers. And the count goes 0-2 with 2 out and 2 on. Rangers lead it 3-2. Egley, the pitcher of record for the Rangers, would love to add another run or 2 here, and he's got 2 hits so far tonight. Kudelka. Fain sets up on the outside corner. He throws one outside on 0-2 and gets a ball for a 1-2 count. They weren't going to give Egley anything good to hit on that attempt. But now he digs back in with a 1-2 count. The runners take their lead. Kudelka moves to the plate. In the dirt, wild pitch, back to the screen. Both runners will move up a base. And the count will... So deuces are wild on the scoreboard with 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. And number 22 at the plate. Garrett Egley now has a chance to drive in a couple with a base hit here. Working on a perfect 2-for-2 night. As the starting pitcher, the 2-2 delivery, hit in the air, be a lazy pop-up. It looks like Owens is going to work his way under it and makes the play. So the pop out to the second baseman is out number 3, the Rangers.
On the front row, if you are participating for the $50 gift card, please line
Get
up.
one hit, get no runs on one hit, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. The Rangers lead it 3-2 as we head to the 5th. Unicorns will bring up 2, 3, and 4 in their order as you're listening and watching on the Ranger Network.
Welcome to the Rangers Network. 24-hour-a-day access to news, game replays, original shows, live game night radio coverage, and more on rangersnetwork.com. Watch every home and away game the day after, complete and the way only the Rangers Network can bring it to you. Never miss an episode of Inside Rangers Football. Listen to all the games live on your smartphone with our exclusive live scoring screen. Rangers Network is your media hub for everything Rangers. Be a part of Rangers Network.
Tonight's broadcast on Rangers Network is brought to you by Security Bank, Ferris Orthodontics, GVTC, Wick Productions, HEB, Rangers Network, Chicken Express, Pizza Hut, Red McCombs Ford, and Smoky Moe's.
We head to the top of the 5th. It's third baseman Peyton Dassey leading off for the Unicorns. Egley works into the 5th with a 3-2 lead. The Rangers ahead by 1. Garrett Egley, the starting pitcher tonight for the Rangers, has the lead as he throws an 0-1 delivery upstairs for a 1-1 count. Scoreboard still in the bottom of the 4th. Count 1-1. Swung on and missed, does Dassey. The count goes to 1-2. Top of the 5th. Rangers lead at 3-2. Egley working quickly. Sends that one a little up and away and evens the count at 2-2 to the leadoff batter for the Unicorns here in the 5th. Dassey back in. Egley gets set. His windup 2-2. In there for strike 3. Dassey wanted to disagree a little bit, but no luck. He goes out on strikes. The 7th strikeout of the night. And the second time Dassey has struck out. Brings up Jordan Westberg, the shortstop, and the 3-hole hitter for the Unicorns. Again, their leading hitter batting over .450. Tonight has walked and struck out in 2 plate appearances. He did score a run in that 3rd inning after walking. Came home on the RBI ground out by Miller. Ball 1 in the dirt to Westberg. Egley brings the 1-0 pitch. Gets the call on the corner, evens the count at 1-1. Westberg having a bang-up year again. 453 the average, 34 hits, 75 at-bats, 11 doubles. Swings and sends one in the air towards right. Back goes Grotchett. Gets under it. The wind knocks it down seriously. And Grotchet ends up making it catch it in just medium deep right field. That ball looked to be hit a lot better than it was, but it is the second out of the inning and brings up the first baseman, Dean Salazar. Salazar grounded out to second and had an RBI double back in the third. So officially 1 for 2 in the book. Helps his .385 average and a team best 36 hits now. Big right-hander. Digs and waits the first pitch, fouls it down the right field side. That one curving back into play, and Grotchet can't get it, but gets it on a bounce, kind of bobbles it. And they'll throw behind Salazar. It is the pitcher, Egley, who comes in, and a throw made by Grotchet to Egley gets Salazar rounding the base too far, and that's the third out of the inning. Give him a single, but thrown out 9-1 for the third out of the inning. The Unicorns, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and no one left on base. We head to the bottom of the 5th. It's a 3-2 Ranger lead, and this is the Ranger Network.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, yeah. Ready to go? Ready to go? DIY Network, baby, come on! Man. Oh. Let's get busy. Work.
Building houses, making dreams come true. Wow. This is strictly butter.
Boy, it doesn't get any better than this.
Ain't that the truth? I'm glad we got a chance to do this with you being so busy with football.
Yeah, and you don't have any free time working on all those people's smiles.
What do y'all think y'all are doing? You got kids to coach and we have smiles to make.
This is as good as there is. He got it. Here comes Harper. Got him. What a play. Incredible. And they got him. That kid is unbelievable. Now, game over.
Everything you love about baseball is on FS1.
As we head to the bottom of the 5th, the Rangers up 3-2. First pitch by Kudelka is down low to Hunter Shields. The center fielder is the leadoff man for the Rangers here in the bottom half of the 5th. Shields tonight has walked and sent a fly ball to center field that was caught, so 0 for 1 officially, and there's ball 2 in the dirt. Kudelka's next offering in the dirt again. Ball 3. And I can honestly say that Blake Fain is not a big fan of balls in the dirt. I think he's tired of getting beat up back there. Shaking his head as the umpire says something to him. He is not having fun right now. 3-0 pitch by Kudelka. Catches the outside corner. Back in the day, we used to have an umpire at the college I was working at named Kirby Hogan that used to be the Hogomatic. If it's 3-0 and anywhere close, it's a strike, and that one was one of those, I thought. And that one's ball 4 in the dirt. So the leadoff walk to Shields brings up the shortstop, Ryan Jennings. Jennings bats for the third time tonight. He singled back in the first, popped out to the first baseman in the third. Bats with 1 on and nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th, and not sure he'll see the same pitcher. Bobby Alford's back out to the mound. Seems to be lecturing his starting pitcher as they'll bring in another pitcher. See if we can get a number there. So we'll have a new pitcher as Kudelka will take off the rest of the night. Juan Isaac, number 12. will come on to pitch for the Unicorns. Isaac on the season with 1 win and 1 loss to his credit, a 4.32 earned run average. Has pitched 11 1/3 innings, given up 7 earned runs. He struck out 10 and walked 14. So control would not be said to be on his side as well. Juan Isaac, number 12. Gets his warm-up pitches in. We'll recap some of what's going on tonight. Again, the Rangers scored twice in the bottom of the first. An RBI double by Galvan and an RBI I didn't write it down very well. I think Egley had the single that drove him in. Oh, no, he scored. Galvan scored on a wild pitch. So only 1 RBI in that inning. So the Rangers led it 2-0 until the Unicorns came up top of the third and scraped across a couple of runs. A hit batsman and a walk put 2 runners on, and then an RBI double by Salazar, followed by Miller's RBI groundout, even the score at 2-2. And then we went to the bottom of the third, and the Rangers said enough of that, and an RBI or a double leading off for Egley, and then an RBI single by Grotchett brought him home, and that's where we're at right now. A 3-2 lead here in the bottom of the 5th for the Rangers. Ryan Jennings will be the batter. Juan Isaac will be the pitcher, who inherits a runner at first with no one out. Everybody attempting to get back to their positions now as Coach Alford goes back to the dugout. Catcher Fain moves back behind the plate. Shortstop Westberg goes back to his position. And Isaac checks for the sign. Gets the sign into the stretch. The runner takes his lead. He'll throw over there. Chase Shields back, even though his lead was minimal. Still waiting for his first offering. To Jennings, who digs and waits. Fain with the sign, moves inside as they'll try to jam Jennings. Puts a bunt down, a good one. Past the pitcher to second base. The second baseman going to cover. Now the runner, Shields, will go all the way to third and be in there safe, and the throw goes away going to third. The left fielder will back it up. Martinez throw to the plate. Well, he won't make a throw to the plate as Shields will score easily. So, if you're scoring that at home, the runner scores from first on a sacrifice bunt. He went to third because the bunt went where no one was, and he scored on an error on the throw.
Davis Grotchett.
Brings up Davis Grotchett. So Jennings is a second. A run in makes it 4-2. Grotchett the batter. Isaac the pitcher. His first offering is a breaking ball away. So Jennings with a sac bunt. An error on the play allows the run to score. Still nobody out. The 1-0 pitch fouled down the right field side by Grotchett, evens the count up to 1-1. 4-2, Rangers lead it, bottom of the 5th. 6, 7, and 8 to start the inning. The first 2 runners on base. I know if you're scoring at home, and I know many of you probably are, you're wondering, how do you give him a sacrifice bunt and he's on base? Well, that's the question I'm asking myself right now because I'm not real sure. There's a wild pitch through under Fain's glove in the dirt. The runner will move to third. Press box indicating maybe it's just a push bunt signal. I have to talk to the coach on that one. I don't know. First of all, I don't know why the second baseman was going to first base since the first baseman was standing on first base. Just one of those mental errors by a backup second baseman who hasn't played much this year. That ball's low and inside on 3-1, and Grotchett will earn a walk.
Next to the plate, Mason Pierce.
So now the Rangers have runners on first and third with no one out. And the 9-hole hitter, Mason Pierce. He's walked and flown out to center. 0 for 1 officially. Comes up with an opportunity to make something happen here. As a Unicorn catcher, Fain puts the signal on for what they want to do defensively. The 4-2 score, I'm a little surprised they haven't brought the infield in with nobody out. I think they'll try to turn 2 in the middle of the diamond, but that'll still put them down 3 runs instead of 2. The old wheel pickoff move as Isaac bluffed towards third. The third baseman, Dossie, made a charge to the plate, so that wouldn't have worked real well if he had thrown it. Pierce the batter. Isaac the pitcher. That one in the dirt for ball 1. Pierce had squared around as if to bunt, with Grotchett at first and Jennings at third. I could see them moving the runner to second, but would they also try to squeeze the run home? As right now the Unicorn defense is a little shaky. Here's a bunt try by Pierce again as he pulls the bat back on a ball down and in. The count goes 2-0 to the 9-hole hitter for the Rangers. The Rangers lead it 4-2. A single run here in the 5th has expanded the lead to 2 runs. Still no one out and 2 runners on the corners. Jennings at third, Grotchett at first. Juan Isaac, the pitcher in relief for the Unicorns, brings the 2-0 pitch. Pierce wants to bunt, fouls it off the end of the bat, fouled on the right side. And the count goes 2-1. He missed an opportunity there because the runner was coming down the line at third. If he had put it in play, the Rangers would have got another run home. 2-1 the count. Looks for the sign. My guess is he'll still be bunting. Isaac to the stretch. Grotchett takes his lead. Pierce squares. Pops it in the air, but it gets down. The runner will score from third. The runner will go to second. The runner at first is called out. So a sacrifice bunt.
Top of the lineup, keep it going, Ranger fans. Number 17, C.J. Horn.
One to 3 is the first out of the inning. Give Pierce an RBI. Put Grotchett at second base, and we're back to the top of the order, and the catcher, C.J. Horn. Grotchett at second base, 1 out. 2 runs in here in the bottom of the 5th. It's a 5-2 Ranger lead. There's a curveball outside for ball 1. Juan Isaac. Gave up the first run of Shields scoring. That is charged to Kudelka. The second run charged to Juan Isaac. And there's a ball hit to left. It looks like it's hooking foul. It's got some distance on it. Got to the warning track where Martinez slides and not real sure he had any chance to catch it, but he slid anyway, and the ball is just a long foul ball for strike 1. 1-1 the count with 1 out. And a runner on second. C.J. Horn, the batter of record. Bats in the bottom of the 5th. Horn again. Waits for the 1-1 delivery from Juan Isaac. Checks the runner at second and bluffs there as the second baseman Owens makes his way. We play in the bottom of the 5th. It's a 5-2 Ranger lead. Horn the batter. Grotchett the runner at second. 1 out. Curveball. Horn checked his swing, and it's called the ball. 2-1 the count. Unicorn fans thinking that he didn't check his swing in time. Isaac gets his sign, goes to the stretch. Horn waits. The 2-1 deliveries down in the dirt. The runner goes to third. And the umpire slides and falls down. The runner at third is called out. Something I don't know I've ever seen before, but third base coach of the Rangers is none too happy. The ball beat him there. Not real sure the tag beat the foot on the bag, but the third base, or the bases umpire, as he went to plant to make the call, slipped and fell on the infield grass, which is obviously damp at this point. Didn't see if he had appealed it to the home plate umpire, but I'm not sure if he's out or safe, but he looked out from my angle. I don't doubt that at all. Yeah, that's what I would be saying if I was the coach. How did you see that call? So caught stealing is the second out of the inning. Now the bases are empty with 2 outs. It's a 3-1 count to C.J. Horn, who now bats with 2 down and the base is empty. 2 runs in for the Rangers, 5-2 their lead. Horn looks at a curveball in there for strike 2, and the count goes full at 3-2. Rangers with a pair of runs in the first, 1 in the third, and now a pair of runs in the fifth, lead at 5-2. That breaking ball. Low and away. Horn will make his way to first base on the walk. So now a runner on first with 2 down and brings up the third baseman. There's a courtesy runner. Eric Reese will run again for Horn at first base.
At the plate,
Toshiki Ishizaki comes to the plate. He has walked, struck out, and singled back in the fourth. Now bats here in the bottom of the fifth with a runner on first and 2 down. The runner. Stolen base for Horn. Puts a runner in scoring position with 2 out for Ishizaki. Juan Isaac, the relief pitcher for the Unicorns, gets his sign into the stretch in the 1-0 pitch. Called a strike. Count goes even at 1-1. Now I think both sets of fans are not happy with either umpire. As the Ranger fans were not too happy that was called a strike. So umpires are doing exactly what they should be doing. If both fans are complaining, that means they've been equal. At least that's what I always learned as a coach. Ishizaki waits for Isaac's 1-1 delivery. Good looking curveball in there for strike 2. Saw a nice bend on that one from the center field camera, as Ishizaki was not ready for it or did not want any part of it. So the 1-2 count. Now from Isaac. Another breaking ball is called strike 3. That'll end the inning, but the Rangers do get 2 runs on no hits. There was a Unicorn error and 1 runner left on base. At the end of 5 complete, it's Rangers 5, Unicorns 2. This is the Ranger Network.
Tonight's broadcast on Rangers Network is brought to you by Security Bank, Ferris Orthodontics, GVTC, Wick Productions, HEB, Rangers Network, Chicken Express, Pizza Hut, Red McCombs Ford, and Smoky Moe's.
Hey, what are you watching?
TV everywhere, man.
What, like a YouTube video?
No, actual TV. My cable service is GVTC. I can watch my favorite shows live right on my phone.
So what do you think about that, super behind the times technology guy?
Ha! Next, they'll come up with VHS recorders without VHS tapes.
GVTC already has it. It's called Whole Home DVR.
Radio without a radio?
GVTC cable already has dozens of music channels.
Movies? Without a theater?
Premium movie channels like HBO, Cinemax, Stars, The Movie Channel, and Showtime from GVTC.
I gotta get GVTC.
Then you won't be super behind the times.
As we head to the sixth inning, the top of the sixth, it'll be the right fielder Bryce Miller, who bats fifth in the order and is led off for the second time tonight. The right fielder takes the first pitch fastball from Egley, up high for ball one. Egley, who retired the Unicorns in order with some defensive help. See, this one popped up on the infield. Miller's pop-up headed towards second base, and nice catch on the move by Pierce for the first out of the inning. The pop-up to second base is out number one and brings up the DH Isaiah Salazar. Walked and flied out to center field in his two plate appearances. Egley kind of on a roll right now. Aside from a walk in the fourth, there's a swing and miss at a ball upstairs. He's given up a walk in the fourth and a single that was erased on the play in the fifth. That one a little bit short for ball one. He's retired 8 of the last 10 batters. And if you make it 9 and 10, as Salazar overran first base and was tagged out on a nice play from right to the pitcher covering. There's strike two on a fastball over the inner half. 1-2 the count to Salazar, the DH. Flash camera in the stands told to cease by the home plate umpire. Flash photography not allowed in baseball. Obviously, it's very distracting. That fastball's inside and evens the count at 2-2. Again, Egley on a roll. Faces the 6-hole hitter with a 5-2 lead. That one down in the dirt. Runs the count full after a 2-pitch out on the first batter. He's now thrown 5 pitches and a full count to Isaiah Salazar, who bats with the bases empty and 1 down. Here in the top of the sixth. 97. That was the 97th pitch by Egley. There's a fastball grounded towards second. A couple of hops. Pierce up with it to first base and Alvarado. And 4-3 the put out for the second out of the inning. Brings up the catcher and the 7-hole hitter Blake Fain. Fain, who's got quite a workout behind the plate with the Unicorn pitchers tonight. Second time, Coach, now are they bringing up a pinch hitter? They are. Number 10.
Pinch hitting number 10, Tyler Kilcrease.
Tyler Kilcrease will bat for Fain. Kilcrease swings at a ball up in his eyes for strike one. 2 down, bases empty for the Unicorns. Top of the sixth, a 5-2 Ranger lead here in this District 27 6A season finale. That ball up and in for ball one, count even at 1-1. Kilcrease on the season has had 5 at-bats with 1 hit. Does have one stolen base and has scored 3 runs. Swings and misses at a fastball up and in. Count goes to 1-2. Egley just rearing back and firing right now. 2 outs, base is empty. Kilcrease waits. The 1-2 delivery. Fastball sent foul up in the air down the right field side. And we'll do the 1-2 pitch again. Egley's fastball was down in the zone that time. Kilcrease did a nice job of fouling it off. That fastball's upstairs for ball 2. 2-2 the count. To pinch hitter Tyler Kilcrease. Egley's 2-2. Foul back up and out of play again. And the charge sound given for the Unicorns in the top of the 6th. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Base is empty here in the top of the 6th. The pinch hitter fouls this one back up and out of play behind us. Third baseman and catcher gave brief chase, but Kilcrease stays alive with his 2nd foul ball after 2 strikes. So he waits for the 7th pitch of the at-bat from Egley. Pinch hitter Tyler Kilcrease. Egley's 2-2. Sit on the ground towards between second and first. It's a single. Right fielder Grotchett comes up with it, throws to first, but not in time. So a 2-out single by Kilcrease gives the Unicorns a runner on first with two down. Everybody for Smithson Valley really wanted that call. First baseman Alvarado jumped off the bag after making the play, but I don't think there was a whole lot of doubt that the runner beat the throw. Short lead by Kilcrease at first. Batter is Noah Martinez, the left fielder, and there's a fastball upstairs for ball 1. Egley almost out of the inning. Now his catcher, Horn, will come out and have a brief conversation. Probably trying to get somebody warm in the bullpen as they are, in case Egley can't get this batter out. Martinez walked and struck out in 2 previous appearances. Steps back in with a 1-0 count. 5-2, the Rangers lead the Unicorns here in the top of the 6th. Kilcrease gets his lead. Fastball low, 2-0 the count now to Martinez. Martinez takes ball 3 upstairs. And after the single on a 2-2 count by Kilcrease, Egley can't find the strike zone against Martinez. 3-0 the count. Gets the sign to the stretch. Steps off. Does Garrett Egley. Three-two pitch in there for strike 1. Top half of the zone, outside corner, but it was a strike. And there's a long fly ball to left. Not having a whole lot of carry as Galvan goes back and makes the catch. So the fly ball to left is out number 3. Unicorns, no run, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 5-2 Smithson Valley. This is the Ranger Network.
Cheryl. I've been working on a little side project. FX.
Got a little bit of kick to it. Either one? Fantastic.
Houston, do you copy?
So we head to the bottom of the sixth. The Rangers up 5-2. We get news that Clemens beats Steele 2-0, meaning if the Rangers win and hold on to this lead, they'll be tied for the district lead. That ball's down low, and Fain took another shot. Cade Galvan, the leadoff hitter for the Rangers here in the sixth. Home plate umpire goes out and gives Juan Isaac another ball and probably told him to quit throwing the ball in the dirt because Blake Fain is tired of going down in the dirt and blocking balls that are beating him up pretty good. Galvan has a chuckle with the home plate umpire. First pitch ball to lead off the bottom of the sixth. The left fielder, Galvan. Tonight is doubled, struck out, and flied out to left. Sends one back to the screen to even the count 1-1. As the Rangers bat in the bottom of the sixth, Juan Isaac, the relief pitcher for the Unicorns, in for his second inning of work. Came in and recorded all 3 outs in the fifth after 2 runs, or 2 runs ended up scoring for the Rangers. That one's up and away for a 2-1 count. He's on the hook for 1 run. Kadelka left by giving up 4. The 2-1 pitch down in the dirt, 3-1 the count now to the leadoff batter for the Rangers here in the bottom of the sixth. Smithson Valley up 5-2 in this District 27 6A game. Again, Clemens wins earlier, beat Steele 2-0, so Smithson Valley needs to win to force a tiebreaker game, and there's ball 4. Galvan earns the walk, takes his place down at first base, and brings up the first baseman, number 40, Eric Alvarado. Again, Clemens and Smithson Valley will be tied atop of the District 27 6A standings, and the 2 teams will have to play a tiebreaker game at a time and date that we'll pass along when we get it. First pitch to Alvarado. Low and inside for ball 1. Galvan takes his lead from first. Rangers with a 3-run lead here in the bottom of the sixth. Isaac gets his sign. The 1-0. Sent in the air to left. Hit hard by Alvarado. Chased down by the left fielder. And a great catch made by Martinez on the run. Gets it back in as Galvan scampers back to first base. Fly ball to left field is the first out, but Alvarado put a charge into it as Martinez finally ran it down near the track. Brings up the pitcher and 5-hole hitter Garrett Egley, who has singled, doubled, and popped out in 3 plate appearances as he bats with 1 out and 1 on here in the bottom of the sixth and a 5-2 Ranger lead. Isaac gets his sign. Goes to the stretch, checks the runner. Now steps off to chase him back. Isaac again gets the sign. Runner goes. Throw to second, not in time. Unicorns hoping for the call, but a stolen base for Galvan puts him at second base. On ball one to Egley. Fain's throw made it a close play at second base, but not in time. As we play in the bottom of the sixth, the runner on second, one out. Second baseman Owens will kind of cheat over there to keep the runner close, but Isaac's throw to the plate. It's called a strike. Looked a little bit low, but it evens the count up at 1-1. Egley will work to complete his to get a complete game in the top of the seventh. Right now he bats in the bottom of the sixth. Galvan at second, one out. Isaac winds. There's a ball shot towards right center. That one will drop. Center fielder will come over Redding, but the runner Galvan will score on a long single by Egley, and another RBI for the starting pitcher tonight. As Galvan comes home to score, making it 6-2. The courtesy runner is Rivera for Egley at first base. Brings up the center fielder, Hunter Shields. Shields is walked, flown out to center, and walked again. 2 walks and a fly ball out. He'd like to get in the hit column here with a runner on first. And one out for the Rangers, now leading 6-2. Juan Isaac's pitch is inside for ball one. Shields waits. Isaac to the stretch. Breaking balls down and away. Count goes 2-0 to the 6-hole hitter for the Rangers, the center fielder, Hunter Shields. 0 for 1 officially with a run scored. Rivera takes his lead. The throw goes over that way. Shields again. Waits for the 2-0 delivery from Isaac. Runner bluffed going. The ball's low for ball 3. So throwing strikes is not something that's been real common tonight by the Unicorn pitchers. Juan Isaac gets the sign. Now readies himself for the 3-0 pitch. There's ball 4. So 2 runners on for the Rangers now. As Bobby Alford comes out and has a talk with his second pitcher of the night, Juan Isaac. Shields takes his place at first. Rivera, the courtesy runner, is at second. And we'll have yet another pitcher for the Unicorns, as Juan Isaac will give way. And we'll take a timeout. The Rangers up 6-2 on the Ranger Network. We have a pitching change.
Hey, what are you watching?
TV everywhere, man.
What, like a YouTube video?
No, actual TV. My cable service is GVTC. I can watch my favorite shows live right on my phone.
So what do you think about that, super behind the times technology guy?
Ha! Next, they'll come up with VHS recorders without VHS tapes.
GVTC already has it. It's called whole home DVR.
Radio without a radio?
GVTC cable already has dozens of music channels.
Movies without a theater?
Premium movie channels like HBO, Cinemax, Stars, the Movie Channel, and Showtime from GVTC.
I gotta get GVTC.
Then you won't be super behind the times technology guy anymore.
Call GVTC today and get hundreds of great entertainment channels, whole home DVR, and access to GVTC TV everywhere. GVTC, just plain smart. Tonight's broadcast on Rangers Network is brought to you by Whataburger, Peppa Thomas with Remax, Max's Roadhouse, Ashley Small Engine Sales and Service, Texas Roadhouse, and Sunbelt Rentals.
The Unicorns will bring in their third pitcher. His name is Derek Dela Cruz, an 0.58 ERA, 12 innings pitched, 1 earned run, and he will face the shortstop Ryan Jennings. Comes to the plate with 1 down and 2 runners on base. It's Shields at first, Rivera the courtesy runner at second. Jennings takes ball 1 on a fastball upstairs. Dela Cruz brings the 1-0. Another fastball, another one upstairs. It's 2-0 now to Ryan Jennings. Jennings singled back in the first, popped out to the first baseman in the third. In the fifth, unofficially a bunt single that got a couple of runs around. Runner at second base had bluffed going, but kind of slipped or stopped in any event, and swing and a miss by Jennings makes the count 2-1. Dela Cruz. This one fouled back to the screen. Count is 2-2 with 2 runners on. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. The Rangers lead it with a run in this inning, 6-2. Again, trying to post a win tonight to force a tie in the district standings at the top. Fastball inside runs the count full at 3-2 to Jennings, the shortstop of the Rangers, who bats with 2 on and 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. Jennings waits. Dela Cruz, full pitch. Instead, he'll bluff towards second. Shortstop Jennings as Dela Cruz steps back on the rubber and gets the sign into the stretch. The runner take a slight lead, and there's a fastball inside. And the bases are now loaded with another walk.
Next to the plate, Davis, Ratchet.
So Rivera goes to third, Shields to second, Jennings to first, and Davis Grotchett, who has walked, singled, and walked, and was caught stealing back in the 5th, trying to swipe third base. Stands up there with the bases loaded. First pitch ball outside by Dela Cruz. Dela Cruz again, 12 innings pitched, 10 strikeouts, 7 walks. Again, he's given up just 1 earned run in 12 innings. He has 3 saves to his credit. Out of the windup this time, the 1-0 pitch popped up, foul, out of play down the first base side. I say out of play, it's kind of coming back in. And it's caught by Salazar in foul territory for the second out of the inning. Grotchett goes out as out number 2 on the pop-up to the first baseman, and Mason Pierce, the second baseman, will bat with the bases loaded, and now 2 down. Pierce had an RBI squeeze bunt back in the 5th. Sacrifice bunt. Fouls this one up and out of play. Dela Cruz again now working more speedily, gets his sign into the windup with the bases loaded. Fastball line towards center, right at the center fielder, and caught by Redding. Pierce scalded that ball, but it's out number 3. The Rangers, however, get 1 run on 1 hit. No errors and 3 runners left on base. As we head to the top of the 7th, the Rangers lead at 6-2, and this is the Ranger Network.
Tonight's broadcast on Rangers Network is brought to you by Security Bank, Ferris Orthodontics, GVTC, Wick Productions, HEB, Rangers Network, Chicken Express, Pizza Hut, Red McCombs Ford, and Smoky Moe's.
I'm privileged to work at GVTC, not only to work for a company that provides excellent products and services, but also through the GVTC Foundation to be able to support the communities that we work and live in, serving those communities.
Any individual can donate. We're a nonprofit 501c3, so it's a tax-deductible donation.
That we're on the right track partnering with our communities as we continue to seek ways to grow the GVTC Foundation.
Tonight's broadcast on Rangers Network is brought to you by Whataburger, Peppa Thomas with Remax, Max's Roadhouse, Ashley Small Engine Sales and Service, Texas Roadhouse, and Sunbelt Rentals.
And there's a new pitcher in for the Rangers. It's the shortstop. Kyle Jennings comes in. Jennings on the season. Good-looking numbers. He's got a 4-1 record with 3 saves, 12 appearances, 6 starts. So his 7th work in relief has given up 7 earned runs and how many innings? 20. Well, in any event, he's pitching. And there have been some defensive changes. I'm throwing on, it's too late in the game to be messing with that kind of stuff. Jennings is in to pitch. Ishizaki goes to short. Alvarado goes to third. And the pitcher, Egley, goes to first. So if you're scoring at home, I hope you got all that. It's 6-2, the Rangers lead. We move to the top of the 7th inning. 3 more outs, and the Rangers can clinch a share of first place in District 27 6A after Clemens beat Steele today to earn their shot at that shared title. Jennings, first pitch, low and inside for ball 1. It's the 9-hole hitter, Ryan Redding, takes ball 1 to lead off the 7th. Redding takes a strike over the outer half on a fastball at the knees. Redding's made some nice plays in center field as the Rangers have hit some rockets out there. Waits for the 1-1 delivery by Jennings. Outside, ball 2. Jennings again makes the move from shortstop. And the count goes 3-1 on a fastball below the knees, according to the home plate umpire. The 3-1 pitch, also low, and that's a walk. So a leadoff walk for the Unicorns here in the top of the 7th. Ryan Redding makes his way to first base, brings up the top of the order.
Pinch hitting number 7, Matt Moya.
That'll bring up a pinch hitter. Number 7, Matt Moya, will bat for Owens. So Horn goes out. Horn goes out to talk to his new pitcher about the pinch hitter, Matt Moya. On the season, Moya with 2 hits and 15 at-bats, as he's not seen a lot of plate appearances. But he pinch hits here with the runner on first and nobody out to start the 7th inning. Kyle Jennings in relief, trying to close this one out for the Rangers. That pitch is in there for strike 1 to Moya. Moya waits. Jennings gets the sign, checks the runner. His 0-1 delivery. Down low for ball one. Count is even at 1-1 as we play in the top of the 7th. A 6-2 lead for the Rangers over the Unicorns. The Unicorns trying to make something happen in the top of the 7th inning, trailing by 4. Got a leadoff walk by Redding. He's at first. The pinch hitter is Matt Moya. Jennings looks, his 1-1 deliveries. Fouled up and out of play on the first base side, and the count goes 1-2. As Jennings works to his second batter here in the 7th. Nobody out. Redding takes his lead from first. Jennings brings. Curveball outside. Count even now at 2-2. Tried to see if he could get Moya to chase it, but no going. And Jennings again wants to get through this hitter. Get the first out of the inning. Dassey on deck. Westberg in the hole for the Unicorns. Jennings fastball low and inside. Sends the count full at 3-2. Jennings again checks the runner and goes to the stretch. Brings a full count pitch. That one's low, and Jennings has walked the first 2 batters he's faced here in the top of the 7th. Brings up the third baseman, Peyton. Now another switch. Looks like number 11.
Pitch hitting number 11, Colton Minnelly.
Colton Minnelly is the pinch hitter here in the 7th for the Unicorns. Minnelly 4 hits and 24 at bats. Bottom of the order for the Unicorns has been tough for them this season. Minnelly steps in, waits for Jennings' first offering with 2 on and nobody out. That ball is inside. In fact, gets away from the catcher Horn. Back to the screen. The runners will advance to second and third on ball 1 to Colton Minnelly. Egley comes over and gives Jennings a couple of words of confidence, encouragement. Ryan Jennings, the senior shortstop pitcher, brings the 1-0. Can't find the zone in that one as well as it goes low and away to the right-handed batter, Minnelly. So Jennings struggling to find the strike zone. Obviously gets a ball that hasn't been rubbed up very well, and the bases umpire comes up and puts some dirt on it and rubs it up for him.
Canyon beat Judson 10-2.
Canyon beat Judson 10-2. Another update from the district. Again, the Rangers trying to close this one out to claim a share of the district title. Lead at 6-2, but the Unicorns have a pair of runners on and nobody out here in the top of the 7th. Pair of walks and then a wild pitch. There's strike 1. Count goes to 2-1. Pretty sure the coaches are telling Jennings to let's go ahead and throw strikes and see if these guys can hit it. There's one fouled straight back for strike 2. 2-2 the count to the number 2 batter in the lineup, pinch hitter Colton Minnelly. Runners on second and third, both there on walks. Jordan Westberg, the shortstop, is due up next. Jennings gets the sign to the stretch, the 2-2. Just outside. No, he called him out. He did ring him up. Mentally's called out on strikes for the first out of the inning on a big pitch by Ryan Jennings.
Next to the plate, Jordan Westberg.
So Jordan Westberg, their leading hitter, the Unicorns' leading hitter. 0 for 2 officially with a fly ball to right, a strikeout. He also walked and scored back in the third. Unicorns have a pair of runners on now with 1 out. They're at second and third. Jennings, the relief pitcher, in to start the inning. Sends a fastball over for strike 1 to Westberg as he gets ahead in the count on this one. Westberg again with that lofty .453 average. He's had a lot of success this year, but not a whole lot tonight. That fastball is a little bit outside, evens the count at 1-1. Westberg stands with 2 on and 1 out. Waits for the 1-1 delivery by Jennings. Grounded foul back behind the plate on the third base side. Jennings ahead in the count now, 1-2 with 1 out and 2 on. Jennings looks into Horn, gets his sign, goes to the stretch. Ground ball towards short. Ishizaki unable to come up with it. I believe E6 will be the call as a run comes home. The runner on second goes to third. Westberg's on at first. Ground ball will credit Westberg with a run batted in as the runner scored on the play. Even if he had been thrown out at first, he still would have gotten the run home as the shortstop was going to throw to first if he fielded it cleanly, but did not. So the cleanup hitter, Dean Salazar, the first baseman's up now with runners on the corners. Fastball strike 1 from Jennings. There is 1 out. A pair of runners on. 6-3 is the lead now for the Rangers. Salazar represents the tying run at the plate. Jennings out of the stretch. Second pitch is fouled up and out away. On the first base side, and Jennings ahead in the count now, 0-2 to the cleanup hitter for the Unicorns, who's doubled, singled, and grounded out to second. His double gave him an RBI. His single back in the 5th. He was caught off first, round in the bag by a throw from the right fielder to the pitcher. Jennings does that wheel fake to third and then bluff to first. Both runners back easily. Westberg, the runner at first. Moya, the runner at third. It's 6-3. Smithson Valley leads it with 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Salazar stands in as the potential tying run and takes a breaking ball away for a 1-2 count. Jennings in a little bit better rhythm of late. Brings the 1-2. Curveball grounded to third, fielded by the Alvarado across to Egley. Another run scores on the ground ball put out 5-3. That's the second out. And the second run scores. It's 6-4 now with 2 outs and a runner on second. Brings up Bryce Miller, the right fielder, who again comes to the plate as the potential tying run. The Unicorns have plated 2 here in the top of the 7th. Trying to provide a little excitement here in the final inning of the game. Ryan Jennings into the stretch. First pitch to Miller. Catches the inside corner for strike 1. Jennings getting ahead in the count again. Miller, one of the better Unicorn pitchers, has been in right field all night. 0 for 3 so far with a couple of ground outs to short and a pop up to the second baseman. The 0-1 pitch swung on and missed. It's strike 2. With 2 outs, a runner on second, and an 0-2 count now to Miller. Jennings has a chance to close this one out. 6-4, the Ranger lead. Again, Miller represents the potential tying run. Jennings into the stretch, looks back at the runner, now brings the 0-2. Strike 3 is called at the knees, and that's the ball game. Jennings works himself out of a difficult 7th inning, but the Rangers win it, the final 6-4. A little more excitement in the 7th than I think anybody from Smithson Valley wanted, but they win it and move themselves into a tie for first place in District 27 6A. We'll be back with the postgame after this timeout. The Rangers win it 6-4 on the Ranger Network.
Welcome to the Rangers Network. 24-hour-a-day access to news, game replays, original shows, live game night radio coverage, and more on rangersnetwork.com. Watch every home and away game the day after, complete and the way only the Rangers Network can bring it to you. Never miss an episode of Inside Rangers Football. Listen to all the games live on your smartphone with our exclusive live scoring screen. Rangers Network is your media hub for everything Rangers. Be a part of Rangers Network.
Again, the Rangers win it 6-4, the final score. And more excitement in the 7th inning, but let's just go through the way the things ended up. Unicorns didn't score in the first. The Rangers scored twice in the bottom of the first. An RBI double by Cade Galvan. Then he scored on a wild pitch, and the Rangers led it 2-0. The Unicorns tied it up in the top of the third on a pair of runs, a couple of RBIs, an RBI double by Salazar and an RBI ground out by Miller, made it a 2-2 score. But in the bottom of the third, the Rangers answered back. A double by the pitcher, Egley. He came home and scored on a single by Grotchett, and the Rangers led 3-2. They tacked on 2 more in the 5th to lead 5-2, added a single score in the bottom of the 6th to make it 6-2, and then with Ryan Jennings in to close it out, a couple of runs the Unicorns forced across after a pair of walks. They did get an RBI ground ball and made it 6-4. The Unicorns a pair of runs in the 7th, and then Jennings got out of the inning with a called strike 3 on Bryce Miller, and the Rangers win. They improved to 22-6 on the season. They're tied for first in District 27 6A with Clemens now, who beat Steele 2-0. With that win, we know there will be a single-game tiebreaker playoff kind of game between Clemens and Smithson Valley. We don't know the result or when that might be right now, but we encourage you to tune to the Ranger Network to find that out, as we will post it as soon as we get that information from the Rangers. So again, what a great night, a Tuesday night out here for high school baseball. The Rangers win it 6-4. We thank everyone with Bowick Productions for another great production. The camera work again, folks. I know you were watching. This was marvelous camera work tonight. We caught a lot of really neat things on the video part of it, and hope we brought you a lot of excitement on the audio part of it. Again, the Rangers win it 6-4. This is Tony Brubaker saying good night and God bless. We'll catch you next time on the Ranger Network.
Welcome to the Rangers Network. 24-hour-a-day access to news, game replays, original shows, live game night radio coverage, and more on rangersnetwork.com. Watch every home and away game the day after, complete and the way only the Rangers Network can bring it to you. Never miss an episode of Inside Rangers Football. Listen to all the games live on your smartphone with our exclusive live scoring screen. Rangers Network is your media hub for everything Rangers. Be a part of Rangers Network.